I think they're both great. What's this?
Order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so just to make a note, we do have a quorum and we have, who do we have online? Jenna is online. Okay. So we got 6 of us here tonight. We do have a revised agenda in front of us. It adds action item 6A, approved contractors for the Oak Heights Elementary seismic retrofit and renovation project. And then also an executive session under ORS 192-6602K to discuss school safety. So I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Probably need to ask.
Okay, we got Jenna on record as well. So certified and classified reps, I don't see anybody out there. Superintendent's report, Terry, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you. We had talked about this previously, and I'm just confirming, you probably saw it in the newspaper, that our FFA group did receive $100,000 from Ag West. And the purpose of that is to buy a Suburban for the students to use, pull stock trailers and such as that. So we've not received the money yet, but we went up, Ralph and I went up last month. And so I'm sure, I have no doubt that's in process and all, but just confirming with the board, they'll like to pass that around. It's just mainly to make sure there. But we did receive that. And so that's a great thing that we're appreciative of. And then we have our, thank you. We have our administrators, all of the directors are back and the building principals have returned. Good to have them back. Then we'll be following with teachers and staff. There's a new teacher orientation week from today, August 19th. And you're invited to that if you're able to attend. And then the district-wide in-service will be on the 26th. And then if you saw in the hallway, there are a tremendous amount of totes and boxes and things. Christy Walker had a clothing event and she said it took about 3 days to set up for it. There were 15 volunteers helping her, plus 6 student athletes to get everything ready to go out to the kids. They received, there was a large donation from the Holly Church that was toilets and such. There were 150 students that received shoes, coats, socks, underwear, the toiletries, coats, and outfits for the coming school year. And so that's pretty cool. It's a huge effort. It's a great thing for the kids. They opened early because students were already lined up at the door. And so if you haven't seen it, take a chance, just speak in the hallway. She was concerned about having it all put away for the meeting tonight. It's like, we're not using the hallway, we're using the boardroom. Take your time. But if you get a chance, if you see Christy, that's a great thing that she does for our students. She spoke to us last year and told about the different services that she offers. And so, good thing for our kids. The Oak Heights update. Kevin and I went up there last Monday. And there's a lot of concerns, you know, will it be ready when the kids come back? And it'll be ready enough that the kids will be safe. Josh said it's like putting a year and a half worth of work into about 10 weeks. And before I talked about it being kind of like an orchestra where they have to have everything flowing. The weather has really held. There was the one day that we got the rain that did impact about 200 ceiling tiles. But rain was expected in the PM and it arrived promptly at about 8 AM. But so Murphy's at work, but the school is torn down to the studs in a lot of areas. But prioritizing student safety, the classroom, the office, there's a separate office being set up right now. So parents can enter kind of towards the back, going up the alleyway to the right of Oak Heights, going up through that loop so that they can access the temporary office, get in touch with the principal and secretary and that. It will be a little painful to start, but many good things that are worthwhile are. We've talked in the past about how Foster, when they reopened the junior high, and now Oak Heights is finally getting their chance to join in. So that's what I have to report.
Any questions for Terry? Thanks, Terry. All right, we have the consent agenda. Approve the minutes from the July 8, 2024 school board meeting. Accept the retirement of Ramona Perez, special education teacher at the high school, effective August 23, 2024. Approve the hire of Emily Wagner, math teacher at the high school for the 24-25 school year, and approve the hire of Tal Hallaby, fifth grade teacher at Oak Heights Elementary for the 24-25 school year. So moved.
Second.
No motion. Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I second.
Hearing no discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
HC Ramona go.
All right, Kevin, budget update.
It's Jason, item 5A for packet. We just completed the first month of the fiscal year. Year-to-date spending is just over $49,000 higher than the same time period last year. For primary reasons for that, higher labor costs, higher payments to the charter school, and some higher supply and material expenditures this year as compared to last year. I also included in the board packet a number of other school districts more intimate lately about some budget challenges that they're facing, and it's kind of want to share some of that information and also kind of an update on why some of the issues that they're facing we're not facing at least at this time.
Right. Any questions for Kevin? How you feeling about the stock market right now, Kevin?
It's been volatile, it's been down, it's been up, and you know, it is one of the many things that we're watching. One of our larger expenditures is the first pension system, and they have quite a bit invested. And so it's in our interest for the market to do well. And so when it has a drop like it did about a week ago, yeah, I would probably the people that work with me see that I'm a little itchier than normal. They came and it bounces back and I feel better.
So they set the PERS rate in January, I think, or December.
What's that?
They set the PERS rate though, but in. Pull the numbers in December to set the PERS rate, don't they?
But it's updated every biennium and it's based on evaluation that's done on December 31st. But the thing to keep in mind there is that's just a picture in time. And so what affects your future rates is the performance since that last picture in time. And so, yeah, we watch that closely because that tells us what's around the corner of our first rates.
But the one thing that we have to remember is that hopefully they've learned their lesson and not get into some of the risky stocks that they were in with Enron and some of those others. They're only supposed to go into certain types of stocks now. And it's a little more limited than it was.
Yeah, I'm personally not aware other than maybe as part of the diversified
It is.
portfolio that they ever had undue exposure in an area like that. But I think really, they have a percentage in domestic equities, international fixed income, private equity, and so it was watching the overall performance of the entire basket.
Thanks, Kevin. Next, we have our board policies. This is a second reading. So since we don't have everybody here and a second reading must be unanimous, we actually can't take any action on this tonight. So one thing that was requested from administration is removal of JHCCF, the pediculosis head lice, and JHCCF AR, both of those, just because. Terry, do you want to go into that a little bit better?
There's the language that's being proposed is a reversal of what we want to see happen. The new proposal is that students with head lice are not segregated, and that's contrary to the wishes of our parents, our principals, our teachers, our secretaries. Get it treated in return. The proposed language is essentially just keep going. And that's not consistent with what we would like to see happen. And so instead of nixing the existing language, I'd like to keep that. And the new language is to strike it.
We need to make a motion on that.
Well, I'm not even sure that we can do anything since we're in the first reading, since we're already in the second reading. That'll be something we'll have to push off to next month. Second reading has to be full board unanimous. Third reading has to be a majority of the board. So
We could pull one out though, not being unanimous.
can we?
To still taking action on.
You're not taking action, you're just pulling it off the docket.
And I'm fine if we wait, pull it next time, but I
Let's
just
wait
wanted
and
to-
say,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think because it's only if you pass something, I think you can pull something off, but look at it further.
well, this would be pulling it from consideration altogether.
Right, I
So,
think probably.
This wouldn't be a bump it to another discussion or anything like that. So I think we'll hold off on this and just.
I'm okay with that. I just
Yeah,
was making.
it sounds like we're all kind of, I agree with, I was gonna bring it up tonight, because I'd been reading through this and I was like,
Can you send in the next word packet, send basically an explanation of why you think it is?
Absolutely.
That way the rest of that aren't here can get in on too.
good idea.
All right. So we'll move on then to the action item. Approve the contractors for the Oak Heights Elementary seismic retrofit and renovation project. That's Bell Hardware. $93,045 for hollow metal doors, door frames and hardware. Davis Glass for $55,030 to provide storefront aluminum door frames, doors, hardware and installation. Davis Glass for $199,783 to provide the window package. Portland Coating Incorporated for $88,425 for paint, and Alpha Associates for $50,000 for electrical and wiring. Is there anything that we need to know along these lines?
It's,
That,
really, Portland Cooking have a little bit, they're not as local as most of our suppliers. By and large, most of the contractors will use on the project. Local, and we feel good about that, and like Terry mentioned earlier, they're all working hard to get the school safe for students, and then after that, shortly after school begins.
And you feel like Portland Coating comes, I mean, I haven't obviously studied their record or anything, but you think they're gonna come through and, I mean, this is obviously your guys' recommendation, it wouldn't be on here, right? So,
And how about that one point that
Yeah, they were really happy of the next quote. I had to come and walk it with me because I was a little concerned. And he was good with it, and there was a couple things that he charged with, he did stuff, but.
are they pretty,
Responsive, he's texted back, and that, and I just want to do this week thing, so.
Okay.
I hope so. I've been working with them, they actually did it to Gurney originally. And Gurney forwarded it to me, so that's how I have contact.
got it.
Yeah.
We need a motion to approve.
yes.
I move we approve the contractors for the Oak Heights Elementary seismic retrofit.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Haven't received any public comments this evening. Do we have any board comments?
Dale, do you want to tell us about, you the only one that went to OSBA?
Yeah, I just got back from it yesterday. And I don't have a lot to say right now, but I'll basically give a report
Okay,
on it.
great.
Because I've got lots of notes and stuff to go over. Some of the highlights. Right off the top of my head, there was a lot of stuff on AI, generative AI. And how to include that into education. Some really neat stuff came down, especially with that tied to special education. But yeah, I'll break everything down and probably give it to Julie to send out to everybody.
Cool. Thank you.
Any other board comments? All right. It is 6:48. Let's take a 5-minute recess. And then we will come back into executive session under OS 192-6602K to discuss school safety.